no mo tumi gina ho Bawumia ka kire say and the Bawumia ka kire MPP for say yenya 42% Bawumia o ti o Mahamudu Bawumia egina stage and Mr. S, I'll be happy if you could get me. Can you get me the exact statement, the video, Mr. S? Pull it for me. Ojina stage almost Bawumia on can grow o chatro. Mr. Bawumia ye try to tro na de ye try to bema na tro gina ho. Mr. Tro and the try Bawumia bema. I say one time for no I omu try Bawumia bema no. Second the try bema ni atro ho tro incorporated. Omu ye in Egypt. Yatro ho tro incorporated. I made in a tro incorporated. Me say omu one time ne bema eba no. Second ni atro ho atro. Omu di ya no Bawumia. Akwa tro. Oh yeah, campaign video ankasa ka kire Ghana for say onya 41 point dey and the Wawa Begina stage catch up onya 42 Bawumia ni ono official page Bawumia campaign.
In 2024, we came close to the goal, nearly 42%. I can 9 pe. That's all that's left. 9% more to take this party back to power. We are on the path to victory. What in 2024?
Bawumia and Kano Kure. Or see nearly 42%. Nearly. In politics, +1 can win an election. 10. How many votes? And Atamels, may he so rest in peace. And to be the winning elections. Or that the MP before, because majority of the followers, GB. We nearly got 42%. Hey. We nearly got 42. Answer na free 41 and do 42. No. Obia unya 38. Obia unya 38. Osa Jerome Mukaja so 42. Emma Wanga so your campaign message video. Akaja so 41, nearly 42. Why don't you tell them you got 41.97? Because in politics, in Ghana politics, +1 makes a difference. 10 votes can make a difference. So why do you just go there and lie? Huh? But Minka Bibia and Omoko Hono, Yadia no ye. Omuda ho to eradikasa and omu brimo mo kwasi asem and omu Jimmy no mo kun. Oh, the same format now. 442 now. Ongo for na mobongo for omobo omo no. Bawumia ate a new tag team. You're from You're from Abruchi. In fact, near to Kromha. Anna. Near to Kromha. Anna. I'm sorry. I'm talking to my team at the same time. They want some information. Team. Okay. Near to Kroma Delta Force obey video catcher say, oh, MPP need the nya do media chiribium because a Juma MPP di omo ye no. Nipa omo mo ku omo ni nipa omo tata omo tumi wura court. Judge opimfo omo ko bo judge no mo kai Delta Force. The Delta Force for the baya babedru elections mu. Ayawa so West Wagon omo iso Delta Force for ni bi. It at a point Delta Force work as that be. Mudi ayem kwase Juma dodo. And no munyina dwane bebre dwane ye. Enti right now no Mahmoud Bawumia ehun say he needs to come in with a new set of thugs. Those people no they are going to come and cause a lot of mayhem, attack people. Enti what a new one called DMB operations. Omuna no mu book in the Japan supporters no. omo no mu release your mo say hu wo eye MPP event asia time about Bawumia ba Kennedy Japan supporters be by so mu beti Bawumia kwasi asem no and almost started so mu bu omo because that is right now he's desperate for power to the point whereby on one party for nankasa no obetumi edi omo twa so he does not care. Enti so we study Bawumia his level of desperation power here. We will talk about the NPP itself and who Bawumia is. I'm just giving you an idea of what we will discuss today. The desperation and how or power so badly because the woman is so power drunk to the point to say Bawumia nya to me now obeja Bawumia. It is a would take the Japan group almost when the Bawumia team no yet thugs any akrom for mako for de MPP for into almost so question Samira Bawumia say na Samira Bawumia no crow free he ye ka tribal politics ye catch him say MPP na de ba amoji say boa. That is how they basically they gel say anya tribal religious and the party has always thrived on atro any tribalism. It is always about asimesi free he and they are doing it to themselves not because something new. It is something they have been doing for years. It would say MPP for mana sebio omya Kennedy Japan mana. They are also very bold to stand in public to tell you say Bawumia yirin fulani, which is true. Bawumia yirin Ganani, which is true. Bawumia yirino sebio onye obia ebetuma trust no say or a blood born Ghanaian obetuma boa Ghana, which is true. But are they supposed to make it public? No. But now they are making it public because that is what the party represents.
Just a grassroots or home. This year, near Bawumia, we say, this is 2024. My quadra, my cotton tomatoes, my baka, Bawumia, Mr. Luko Giant, you won't need just a journey in the home. And the next time we got to about, I was something I do, I don't know better. That's our
That is the NPP. But MPP for no. Sometimes, you know, Mr. P, Mr. S, should I just enter? Team, should I just enter? Let me just enter. And then let me enter the wagon. Then when I enter the wagon, I can also enter the second wagon. Team, I'm just taking permission from the team if they want me to turn the whole thing around. Team, can I enter the wagon now? And after I enter the wagon, we can enter the second wagon and drop inside the main ocean. I'm waiting for my team to give me the green light because the program has been arranged in such a way that they have given me the green light to just go straight. Into this is the typical MPP you don't know. Into what's steady? All their conversation is about way free, way your wine, sags, to trafo, you hear to me. Every time they are in opposition, it's either they kill or the only option is to say they will kill and win power. And you see, the best apprentice a training power in our politics is Bawumia. And the ono akasa no ka kire Ghana for say ono with deep power 16 years. With deep power 16 years. Now so with the a year running mate and the vice president 16 years. Why at this point? And we'll lose the election with the biggest or the greatest margin in the history of politics in the world. We'll lose the election by 2 million votes. That. What will make you think, say, Ghana 4 will come together and say, Yasama to me? It is because of desperation. It is because, say, Obabi Duwechi, now you're desperate for power. You become Koliko. And that is what we are witnessing. So the MPP They have never campaigned on what we call things that will put us together. No, you can go all the way back. Time na J.A. Kufuor, ye Papa Kufuor, epe power. Na J.J. Rawlings what power. The last J.J. Rawlings part 2 obe free power. MPP for Shedako Togo, neighboring countries, kofa ma free for mortuaries and our morgues. A ma free different kinds of morgues for Ghana, etoto pete Ghana. Creating the impression, say, J.J. Rawlings abayano kuma. Now, after they were done doing that, they sent the story out of Ghana to create the impression, say, this guy used to be in the military. He does not want to leave power in the coming elections. He has started killing women. Now, that is what the NPP did. And that was when they needed power. And J.J. Rawlings had not actually said anywhere on any platform, say, his second term, own free power. But you see, that is the NPP. That is how it was built. Their inner monkey is dangerous. So, who study free Kufuor timer? Time and Kufuor power. Kufuor ba first one Amfa. Second time open. They were so desperate. They went to the point of putting this country on a platform. Everybody thought to say, and I'm talking about the world. They thought to say, J.J. Rawlings Sorano pa utreni paternity. Into every part, na mete dansuman, Sahara. I know what I'm talking about. Every single day, I'll be Soribiano. You see, you kuobatwa, but nobody was able to identify any of these women. Shockingly, J.A. Kufuor winning elections, we na sa emana omuwune peti omogana yinano. It ceased in a day, and that is how diabolical, or that is how dangerous the NPP as a political party is. Into people like us. See, at nine years, MPP is dangerous, and yet because of Ekufuor Nkwao, when you go back into history and you check Adia Omojina so Edia Pri to me, either say a direct and as indirect, they have always been diabolic from day one. From time Omuti UP, Ababesi, and the MPP, no. These people either they find ways to do it behind the scenes, and when they get desperate, they do it for you to see. And that is what you are seeing today in Ghana in our politics. It's for 4 years na no the ehu ehye Ghana for dim etrim. And na osade edim bone eto abontene, because when they want the power, they will do anything to get that power. After Kufuor left, J.J. Rawlings left power, Kufuor by Kufuor koya Tamils by. We didn't see anything like that. Nyameto nsafre Atamilsa John Dramani Mahama eteki over. We didn't see anything like that. Now, the latter part of 2016, and you who say, now, Yakofa ni pebi every baby aba, omusua send you kunipa. Senya ye chre, senya ye boni patu, ye tini pati, ye kunipa sie, I from mercenaries. Sanko for neko for mobile no. Nana do danko Kufuor no are desperate for power, because that was his third term, and a third trial, or pay to me. Now I try one, I try two, now I try the third time. Remember, Sadia we Kufuor di nyana Bawumia edinechi esua the footsteps. Itano because Bawumia is not a dangerous politician. I know we am straight. Yeah, Kufuor the biggest apprentice I qualify to walk in the footsteps of Kufuor. Every single thing Kufuor did is Bawumia. We see Kufuor nanti echen ubia. So when Kufuor in 2016 needed power so badly, they brought in mercenaries. They created another impression. And that they need people to come and save lives. So Yebuse Kufuor say, does he have a problem with him leading the biggest opposition party in Ghana? The mercenaries abaso mumeche said ye botu, send ye buni pakum, send ye kuni pasieno. Nana Kufuor said there was nothing wrong with it. And the media basically protected the Kufuor statement. The media projected it in a way na Ghana for NTSC. Fast forward. Before 2016 elections, Nana Dankwe Kufuor Kotina Peace FM catch Ghana for say, Imbebununo, they should understand, say there's something called Arab Spring. Now, Imbebununo have to take matters into their hands and make sure, say, a brand tibia na owo Arab for Kroma, Nanyomanko ya, or Chajato Hunumuno, it should serve as today an example, it should be an inspiration to the youth of Ghana. So, 2 million Dani 2016. Because he's a politician and he knew who and what or the kind of people he was touching. Nana Dankwe Kufuor politics such a year 1932 Onya 44. Onya Kwara. He has read the intelligence of Ghanaians. He has gone through the political mail of Ghana. He knows baby a sharp and baby a smooth. Or baby a rough. So when they Kufuor in 2016, just a week or two or few days to elections, for him to go on radio at just a Peace FM to sit before Kwame Sefakai, to use Arab Spring as his example to motivate the youth, then it means Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo knew what he was doing. It was either they win power or do what? The country goes down. Who was his apprentice? Mahamudu Bawumia was Akufo-Addo's apprentice. In the politics realm, Upo Obi say, I am qualified to lead Ghana today. I am qualified to lead MPP today. It is because of the experience I was seeing for Akufo-Addo. He walked in the shoes of Akufo-Addo. It is our junior will say, Nana Akufo-Addo ko Bawumia is different. Then you are not matured to understand African politics and Ghana politics, and most importantly, politics of the NPP. Their inner monkey is dangerous. Their inner monkey is built on lies, and it is built on tribalism. Team, thank you very much. So nobody should underestimate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Let me tell you something, and I'm showing you. When you see Bawumia's picture, Akufo-Addo is in there. He's in there, and you see, the NPP as a family, they have all supported the idea of the NPP. Kennedy Japan General Radio so catch the Ghana for say for. He said it, plain language. 1 to 7. Ojina kasi ebetumi twa Mahametia yentwe jantunimu. He said it on national television. Obi to say Bryan Acheampong in 2024. Ojina State can say power he will make sure they hold on to power. He led a group of thugs, criminals, and murderers, people who kill, to lead. He led them to Ayawaso West Wagon, and we all know the history behind it. We are talking about people who support bad intentions and ideologies. Obi to say Educhum, and Obi to say Kobne Japan. They have been there. They never spoke against the actions of Akufo-Addo, Bryan Acheampong, the killing of people during elections. They have always supported. So the fingerprint and footprint or the blueprint of Akufo-Addo, these people you are seeing, these guys you are seeing, they are walking in the shadow of Akufo-Addo. None of them can stand on any platform and rebuke Akufo-Addo. None of them. Because it is what Akufo-Addo thought them as party young men who have grown to become old men today. That is the principle they are living by. They don't practice what they preach. They never do it. They never practice what they preach. If these people practice what they preach, Anka 2024, you will not get Bryan Acheampong standing on stage and telling us, say, oh, you $1 million, Edema Bawumia say, on Fanda Danko for running a flag bearer. And konye, if Kennedy Japan say, on yet the same as Akufo-Addo, and people are, you want to papa, and constant go stage, and continue say, yen toma Bawumia. Educhim konya sa and somebody like Kobne Japan and ka onye campaign manager Emma Bawumia. So these are the same people. You cannot take any of them out. It is about Bawumia unisano. I am showing you, I'm bringing you from behind. The NPP know what it represents and what you people are supposed to be scared of. Almost starting some about 2028. The band won't so much say Boni omudiye. Nipa omukuye, de si omaben mu no, aban we making sure say yachi omu nipa tum. Have you heard any of these people say that? No, because they support that action. Because it has been something they all agree on. Do you think any of these men can stand on any platform and say nipa na ebo mutuo wa Ayawaso West Wagon? The person who is involved or was in charge needs to face the law. Can they say that? No. Do you think any of these guys can say election killings, 2024 killings, who police for the soldier for be a Togo Ghana for no, the people who led this should be held accountable? Do you think any of these people can do that? No, they can't do it because they are all working in the shadows of NPP and Akufo-Addo. What I am seeing, it is a playbook of Akufo-Addo. It's the blueprint of Akufo-Addo. When you need power, be diabolic. It is not about the noise they are making. It is not about how they walk, how they are trying to change themselves. And also, they are trying to copy John Mahama when he was in opposition. How Mahama does his things or did his things. How Mahama dresses. And people are reading from teleprompter. They think they can copy some things to lie to us. No. The NPP, when you're looking at that party, look at it from within. Don't look at it in plain. When you look at it as a flag, then you are making the biggest mistake. Look from within. When you look at the NPP from within, you will know that we are dealing with cluster of criminals and murderers who basically think about themselves and not the country as a whole. Because someone supported the ACA, you wouldn't get any of these people trying to tell you, say, now they want to be president. Why do they want to be president? Why did they want to be president? Because they see no, they enjoyed it. Because the Akufo-Addo, he trained them. Especially Mahmoud Bawumia, he is the first apprentice of Akufo-Addo. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has witnessed every coup in Ghana. Do you know that? Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, or the J.A. Kufuor, they have witnessed every single coup. It's Akufo-Addo or trainee obi in his own image. Now, Kacha will say, I have basically I've trained this guy and I've told him to go out there and do what I did. Do you think the person will be different from Akufo-Addo? No. Akufo-Addo knows our low point as a nation. He knows what you can touch on for this country to blow up. He knows the things you can say to just lie to anybody. Nana Akufo-Addo is an experienced political tormentor. I need to say it that way because he has a way. You saw the way Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo infused himself in Kumi Preku. Kumi Preku demonstration, Akufo-Addo wasn't part of it. Nyawota Makruma organizing Kumi Preku nokra. Hardly do you hear them mention their name. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo is diabolic, he's sneaky. And he knows because he has been there. He was born 1944. In his end, Bawumia bien anokacha will say, I am well and I'm qualified in all these candidates to leader. He's telling you, I am the Akufo-Addo. I am the first apprentice of Akufo-Addo. I have what it takes to kill. Because under Akufo-Addo, we saw people be murdered in Mamprusi, in Kusasi, in Boko as a whole. And Mahmoud Bawumia was mute. Why? Because that is the 101 philosophy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Kill and keep quiet. And he said, I want to say, Nana Bawumia will say, you, me, I'm qualified. He is telling you something. Now we're going to know him. Why is here a dear Akufo-Addo or pa chance uncle 4-5 way? Who has learned Akufo-Addo's ways? One is here Akufo-Addo nantie. One knew how Akufo-Addo did his things from opposition before he became president. One is here Akufo-Addo pa. Why at every dangerous moment and a difficult moment, only Akufo-Addo tina them strategically how they can take over MPP. Get rid of Afoko and the rest. It was Bawumia. So don't see Bawumia as Jimmy. Anything that today, when Bawumia was speaking, he made some very important statement. Mahmoud Bawumia make his statement be. What did he say? He said, I am cool on the outside, but do not underestimate my inner resolve. That is Akufo-Addo. Me a cool abontinio. Now oba me inside my inner monkey. Me dangerous. He is telling you, and we didn't know Akufo-Addo until Akufo-Addo held on to power. We never knew Akufo-Addo. Majority of Ghanaians were walking on the street of Ghana and telling us to say Akufo-Addo is the mayor, is the savior. Akufo-Addo is the alpha and omega. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo there ultimate kuntatia. He is telling you today, Mahmoud Bawumia has tasted power. He has tasted power. He has seen what power can do. He has seen what he can use that power for. He knows that when he has that power, some group of people from his own hometown, he knows how he can handle them. He needs the full authority. Oh, he has had to me know. Anything in the culture say, I am cool. And say Jimmy, me sana me say, namusi me Jimmy. The moment I hold on to power, my inner monkey is different. We were not lucky under Akufo-Addo when he was in opposition to be blunt and direct with us. But Mahmoud Bawumia is telling us in raw face, say, I might look Jimmy outside, but my inner monkey is dangerous. We are lucky today he openly came out to tell us who he is in the inside. And you see, this is something that it is something that we've been waiting to know. And then on one case or say I am cool on the outside. Umi abonta ba say me Jimmy. Umi abonta ba say me Jimmy. Then so me inside, that means there's another Bawumia you don't know. And that other Bawumia is what I'm going to tell you about now. The other Bawumia is that Bawumia otumi ka kire nkwara say monko plan na monko president because monko jail kura betuma frame of phone so aka kire mo say ewiemo nsuomo metamochi. That is the inner Bawumia. Sir, the other side of Bawumia you don't know. That other side that can manipulate the system and pretend as if he knows nothing about. This is the man who is supporting young men and women who are almost Sabubeku president to try to unity. This is the man who went there to weep and say, oh, Mr. President, I am sorry. The next day in 24 hours, he is calling them in jail and telling them you have done a great job. This is the inner part of Bawumia that is dangerous and diabolic. So, politics now, don't just look at it. Me say your man minimum Ghana, me come 10% to chile muntokwa besi Ghana. The thing Sarah Dankwa. In fact, she was on TV. And I know majority of the people are a nursing a community nim and now nursing. They have known this woman and most of them know her. And some of them will be quite shocked about the kind of a statements are all making about this particular issue. Mrs. Sarah Dankwa today came on TV. Or can be to say, we have a video, meaning she is speaking as the PRO for nurses, Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Nurses for more a year region or in a year PRO. And in her statement, she did not say I have or say we have a video of Ralph slapping a pregnant senior nurse during the Ridge Hospital incident. The investigative committee didn't invite us to present it. We will make it available to GH1. Or see, Yenny, Regional Hospital, Aya Ridge. Your video, Aya Ralph, na obo opimni biasum. Na sa video no ho. Na committee ni ba hospital no. Committee na invite ye enti yenso ya amfa video na ma committee no. She is part of the management of Ridge. And I don't think that investigative committee will do what? That investigative committee will come to the Ridge Hospital without engaging senior officers of the hospital. But when she was on TV this morning, or see we, meaning she's speaking as the public relations officer of the regional hospital. So they have in their possession a video of Ralph beating or slapping a pregnant woman. Now, I know this woman is a mother. Meaning so your bad time. You find a committee no mabodam. You find a committee ni nyansa. You find a committee na nyo mojuma. You are a mother. O your painful awawoda. Yama committee about hospital say omumbe yenhwehwemu. Emfa wo djuma dia wodia wo ye panyini. A younger nurse say ya assaulting out. Say bi obi obetuma ya oba anawunia. As the top management member, is it not upon you? Is it not your responsibility? Don't you see, say, it is upon you to basically prove to Ghana, say, this nurse in this hospital and that pregnant woman who could have been me needs to be protected. You could not hand over that tape to the investigative committee. But Oba TV, so no Ghana for say, as some they see almost 2 weeks, who was some tape be Ralph ebo opimphobia soon. The investigative committee was at the hospital. They can never enter the hospital and work without the assistance or permission of the management of the hospital. So you ask yourself, can anybody trust such a leader? So your hospital. Now say, oyi nipa say onye a leader, a management member, or whatsoever. Can any nurse in that hospital trust a mother like this? A professional nurse. Sebio nano asem. Can any patient trust somebody, our friend who said nurse, or say, or to me kipi a ye nipa na or no na pomudin and the safety a priority. Now, Osaka Asembi, I say, maybe I'm about video in natural. I say, after the rape incident, the nurse involved went home and could have been massaged. Hence, the committee's report of her shoulder not being disclosed. I say, committee the beka chire minister ne say, abayiwa no ne nsa beti no enhwan a na sebi o ohun se committee no edi atro. Efri say, asem ni siye no, abayiwa no ko fie. Na ebi o ko fie no, ne maame ye nkran ni na onim nkranfo maamefo, ebi a odi abonike etwetwen ne nsa no. Anase odi nsohye ne abonike twetwen ye. Enu nti na sebio ebi obae no omo ehu se ne nse hwan. This woman is a professional nurse. So onsa a year the muscle na ewo ho no it gets bruised inside. So ya the onsa ne crash it will swell. So onam na so onsa kro bi twene a year the muscle inside it will be bruised. It will have some kind of pressure on it. It is on Sunday, you know, the muscle around baby or joint in one, it will have a muscle bruise. It is a sad on Sunday crash. It is not going to just be like that. It is going to have some kind of idea. And yet, things be who say something actually happened. Now, girl, no, then Sunday year, no, or no, I say a force, a impact, and a man in Sunday year. And yes, Abia or Daso and a EU. I'll bet back say it's a mild release. Sibiana girl on a no, she was attacked, assaulted, and a mass sad in Sadia. So a impact and a yin in Sano. Meaning, if there was an impact, meaning there was contact. Ain't it girl no free hospital or CO? And they say to my basse girl no every hospital echo fee and a nema amen crying, nema many day. Etwetwen ne nsa no eno nti na man ne nsa na eyiye ene ne nsa na emuobu no ni nyina ekọ into investigators na ehu. This is a professional nurse. And remember, before I play her videos, Osaka Asembi, I say, if the nurse had done a scan immediately after the rape incident, we would know if she suffered dislocation or not. I say, sanka nurse no adini si na nanka otwa scan na anka yebehu say na betri no eyi anase enyi. Into what she is trying to tell us and say nurse na ntwa scan. That means she is now discrediting the specialist who took care of the nurse the day the incident happened, her fellow colleague. She is now trying to throw her fellow colleague who is a specialist. Our hospital one girl no enya treatment onya your medical record no. She is now saying say the specialist who handled the situation or my girl no that treatment before she went home no. This PRO is trying to tell us say that specialist is a quack specialist and that she is trying to tell us say the colleague now here nurse no kwa na onime juma all year. Because there's a report that day no a specialist actually monitored the lady before she was sent home. And if the lady's shoulder had come off, I don't think a specialist will not notice somebody whose shoulder had come off. Because when your shoulder comes off or the socket or your shoulder is released, you cannot walk. Until for her to even say, the specialist saying trying to scan, she's trying to throw her colleague at the hospital no under the bus, trying to tell us say specialist the crampono onim ne juma with Jimmy. Now let's go listen to this lady. Now you bought the tapes and listen to the argument she was making.
To them because this was an incident report.
Okay.
This was an eyewitness report. So I'm not supposed to say that was what it was.
Right.
Absolutely. So whatever they said, I gathered it. I realized that right from the triage, they even managed They managed. When you look at the video very well, immediately he entered, there were two people, one in black, one gentleman trying to use the monitor on somebody. He went straight to the one in black. It was a pregnant woman. He went to slap the face. The HB we checked on Monday was 10. So assuming...
Who went to slap the face?
Just check the video.
Which video? Because the video that we have, we don't see any slap.
Thank you very much.
So you have seen a video?
Yes. So
where there's a slap?
Because there are two cameras straight at the triage. So we don't listen to everything, no. For evidential purposes and for purposes of being very unbiased, we use what will educate us. Did the triage nurse do this? So for example...
Okay, so Sarah, no, let's understand this, right,
yes,
Joshua?
Yes.
You have a video
where
there was a slap
by
the same Ralph.
Yes.
Where have you seen that video? Because I haven't seen that video.
And the committee
did you represent that
video
to
I was not called into the committee.
But
the media has not gotten to me. Nobody has asked me for a video.
Do you have the video?
I can show you.
I have it?
Yes, once I leave the set, I'll show it. I'll give it to the producer.
Can I get the
No. For these purposes, I would give it to your producer,
No.
because I will not be ambushed on this show. Because at this moment,
I'm ambushing you. I'm trying to help.
No, what I'm trying to say is that we have had media. That's why this morning I told Sewa that Sewa, for purposes of the respect you have accorded the Rich Hospital emergency for the past 5 years, I'm coming. Okay. Otherwise, I'm not the one to talk about Rich Hospital. I'm not Rich Hospital. But for that purposes, I called my head of nursing last night to tell medical director, to tell CA. So I have done the needful. That I am coming to talk here because this station has been very respectful to the ED.
Araba, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Where she came to set her cameras and saw what we were doing. She has gone through. So Araba is me and Dr. Watson's friend.
Okay. Thank you very much. Shout out to
So
Araba.
for that reason, I will give that video to your producer.
Thank you very much. We are grateful.
Yes, please. So once somebody enters the triage.
So no, let's go back to. So there's a video where Ralph slapped.
Yes, a pregnant
woman.
she was on duty. She was SNO. SNO is a senior nursing officer. Okay. Do you know how long you take to be an SNO? She's a boss on her own.
Okay.
Okay. So now she's an SNO. She's on duty with her colleagues. SSN. SSN is a senior staff nurse. Okay. And this gentleman is called Ransford. I'm sorry, I have to mention your name on TV, but you were the people that saw him first. And now he comes in. Chantel is attending to a patient with burns. And then you go to her. You think she doesn't have a husband and a family.
So, we get it. So he slapped her.
Yes. He went,
then from there, what did he do?
So in the video, somebody pulls him away.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you all that.
Okay.
So it is on that account that I know I have a case. Okay. That's why I don't talk plenty.
Right.
Please understand.
This pregnant woman is different from the rotation nurse.
Yes.
So at what point did the assault on the rotation nurse happen?
Thank you very much. This is a very good question. So once Ransford sees to them, because this was an incident report.
Okay.
This was an eyewitness.
Now, Munyina Amati, thank you, team. This is the slap now, Okase. Ralph Ebo, a pregnant nurse assume. Because we have the two angles. Yene and the second angle now last but the chairman. And this is the second angle I showed you. We now Okase Ralph Ebo nurse near Onyamasum. This is the video she's talking about. So, Diana Mamene Kenyana say, and she made some very interesting comment. Time and OGH1. Or say, Ralph Ebo or Pim for Ness need be assumed. And that they have a video. And that video, no, she was not called by the investigative committee to produce it. The question I'm asking is, does the video belong to the hospital or the video belongs to her? The said video she's talking about, Because from the way she's speaking, it looks like she's the only person who has that video. And if she's not the only person who has that video, then it's upon the hospital management to release this unique video that we have all not seen so that we can show to Ghana. Because the way she was talking, she said, the video, no. So the question we are asking this lady is, video, no, a personal video. And I say, it's a video that belongs to the hospital that we all can get access to. Because if we all can get access to, then the minister will have to write to the management to produce that video. Because she was speaking as the PRO of Ridge Hospital. This is a nurse. On some above video, no, one angle at you. Now let me play another angle. Because this is the same video she is referring to and making us look like, say, who video, no. Now, my boy, any angle, the show. This is the angle that was released. Sorry, this is our angle. This is the angle we released. Any. Now, this is the angle that we released. And I'm about angle now, Ridge Hospital release here. No? If you want to ask the lady, which of the videos is she talking about? And I know a lot of people are like, Kevin, why are you not being so hard on lady? I'm not being so hard on lady because the lady has surprised me. I'm worried because when you get nurses, senior nurses, sit on national television to lie, this woman has gone through the mill. When a woman like this, Ojina TV so, a chatro say, how can you hand over your pregnant wife to such a woman? In this Obiko hospital say, na odo wo yire e man say onye no operation. Na oye bibi na eko wrong. Na o yire no be catch say, bibi say to my hospital, do you think Sama Amiwi obeka no kura to save your wife or your child? That is why I am hurt. I'm not supposed to be hard on her. I am pained because this is how low we have brought our profession, a nursing profession. This is where we have gotten to. Because there are hundreds of such people. And with all due respect, you're good nurses in Ghana. But when you get nurses, senior nurses, swear on their life on national television, somebody's wife, she sits in church, she's praying, she's a role model to somebody, but then she comes on national television and lies like this. This is a nurse that without asking a question. Every single person should be worried. I am hurt, I am worried. Because what is making her decide, say, all her experience and the kind of people she knows and the credibility she says she has built, why would she get to this point to sit on national television to lie? Now let's listen to this woman in another interview.
Of course, every other thing they have stated is really right. Okay. Because on the night of the incidents, when the girl felt that she had a dislocation, she went home to sleep and came to work the next morning. What if when she got home, her mother started pulling her hand, rubbing things, and in crime reports, they have spots the whole incident. So by the grace of God, dislocation. You didn't say it's fracture. Dislocation is that it has moved from the socket.
The joint. Yeah.
What if he went to? He's also a gun girl. You know the guns are no things on the floor. So what if he went to his knee mename and they pull it and then it's now back to the socket? So there's
Madam
evidence has been evidence.
Madam Dankwa.
If she says that, if the next day, if the doctor who saw said there was no dislocation,
yes,
it could be because the lady did not stay in the hospital 24 hours, barricaded by BNI, so she could have tampered with evidence.
But that
now she goes on Star FM. This woman is a professional nurse. I feel small can say say investigators no. SMM who's a girl no ne betri ni ye dia and you betima ba say night na girl ni free hospital. Remember there was a medical report that a specialist took care of this lady. How can a woman who works in a hospital or be free hospital or akofia kwaji treatment? This is a nurse who has everything at her disposal in the hospital to get all the necessary help. Nurse in free hospital hono wanji any medical help. But in the report, she received that help. But on an argument to say, what if this is a medical practitioner? What if oko fie no ena ne maame ko to train nsa ne ma no efisa ne nsa ne yiye no ebia ono kwa enkran ni munim nkranfo de ebia ne maame mo e de hye ma no nti ebia oba the next day no specialist na ohwe ne ehu se bibia ye no ho nti won nsa yi ne na o chena de ba hospital a o dwen say medical professional na so won nsa ne ko betime pagya. And this is a nurse, for crying out loud. This is a nurse. Obiyire ebewu. You say quite cesarean. You quite the. This is a person who handles life. And that is where my problem is the fear. This woman at the end of the day, me mama betuma question in sim. Me nua ba betuma question in sim. Wo yire betuma question in sim. And if a nurse cannot speak truth, a nurse is speculative. She is being speculative in every single thing that she's saying. What if? What if? And oko fie no. Na me say you were ha. Na me ko fie kura. Na me mama de sha. You want to tell me when I come work the next day, that hand is going to be effective like the other one? And she goes around her or catch up. I'm a senior nurse. In Kofo Bume. Your friend me madam. Me the PRO of a regional hospital. You better oba dia in sim say yes so antennas. You are our hope. This is where it gets dangerous. Where you Christonine or ma. And she wouldn't want a nurse to lie about neba. So mama we the neba question nurse in binsa or expect to say the nurse will be 100% truthful, and it is part of the job. When I was watching it this morning, I was hurt because there's some nurses who are looking up to this woman. Some people even went into this nursing profession because of this woman. Mami wait dear. Now look at what you are doing. Why? Is this into somebody from outside? A foreign nurse is watching you. They'll be asking, are you a professional nurse? That you can tell us that somebody had a dislocation and went home and a nurse left the hospital without getting that thing resolved. The nurse had to hold her hand this way with a dislocated shoulder, hold it like this in her palm with something tied to her neck, took it home to her mom who is ignorant about taking care of patients, for her mom to put it back, for her to come back to hospital tomorrow to feel okay. And please. This is dangerous, guys. This is terrible. Yeah. And when I was saying, "Mausro," said nurse ni bi. Me can't say all nurses. Nurse ni betume twatro ato yire so. O yire wu, and so se bibia nye no. this woman can look in the eye of a patient and know, say, asawa, and I say, a pasoshe patient, ye mamu, because say, no, there is nothing. Papa, bibia no yiridium fanoko. And this woman will convince you to believe, say, Obana otium se bibi no, there's nothing wrong. See the way she's defending something you cannot defend. See the brain behind this. What will motivate or make this woman sit on national radio to embarrass nurses this way? Jesus.
And that's what I'm saying, that when an incident happened, go and ask the people that did the incident report.
Okay, so what happened?
So
why was she in an arm's
Matthew,
length?
one of the male nurses,
Okay.
who was on duty that day, saw her without the arm's length on Monday morning.
Yeah.
And she said, Chocho, and he's a fancy guy. Chocho, Mr. Fadden is fashion sling. Now on your I'm trying to mimic
Essentially,
what she said.
just put your arm in the arm sling to
Yes, and the
ensure
lady
that
was
to
like,
stick.
I'm fine. And then Matthew was like, raise your hands and let me see. Do you understand emergency terms? Raise your hands and let me see. And
she
the girl
couldn't.
said, I said, hey, put it inside the sling. Let us go and see the orthopedic people. Let them clear you before you start saying you are fine. So Chocho didn't know even when she went to the police station. I don't even think she wrote the first time Auntie Betta told her to go. I don't think she even wrote that in
The
there.
dislocation.
So it was Matthew, the night, the male nurse, who insisted that she don't tamper with this hand. Let
And
them-
that was the same day that the interview came on.
that is when I did the incident report.
Okay.
So remember that the incident happened on 17th.
Okay.
And I did the incident report on 18th.
The day after.
Yes.
Did she tell you she had a
12 hours
dislocation?
after the incident, I was in there doing my report.
Did she tell you that she had a dislocation?
So she told me that she says, Auntie Sarah, I feel I have a dislocation, but I don't know. Now I'm confused. And now let me give you eyewitness statements.
Okay.
Auntie Sarah, me sano crying me yase. Me 800 cities na me phone na irano. Into the end can no wasem. That is why I silenced there. That your health first. And there were people in the room who will confirm that I silenced her to start talking about her health. That girl did not even was concerned about anything about that happened to her
Yeah.
body.
Araba, I'll give you a moment. One.
So the dislocated arm healed in 24 hours. Girl Ninsana or see or catch or see. I feel like I have a dislocated arm, but Madam Sarah, what ye me sick and me phone na ira no kra ni hia me. From Madam Sarah account or the Mayano, when the incident even happened, she wasn't there. She came back the next day to do an incident report. Meaning, the day the incident happened, why na ye na Juma say also a report the night before they close a year office. From what she is telling us, the day the incident happened, somebody did not do their job. So she had to come from home to come and write the report of what happened when she wasn't there. And she was telling us the aftermath of what happened. And that, oh, girl no say, I feel like I have a dislocated shoulder. But I don't cry, me yasa me phone na irano me 800 Ghana na irano. And to girl no that night no okofie without her money and her phone. And she went home with a dislocated shoulder. Nobody took care of her, but there was a report the investigators read to come to that conclusion that when she was leaving the hospital, a specialist had taken care of her. Let me say, the specialist did not see the dislocated shoulder. Into the sana yi anajono, okute muano di kodru fie. Ena ne maame mo ede share. The next day, girl ne bae no, the dislocated shoulder had healed. Jesus Christ. You see, there are good nurses in Ghana, and there are terrible liars calling themselves in Ghana. Nurses in Ghana. And this woman, this lady, she's an embodiment of lies. This woman is a liar. I am ashamed. I am very much ashamed that you call this woman a nurse in Ghana. She's a nurse. I am ashamed. I feel pity for Ghana phobia. And there are the likes in the system. They deliberately lie. A nurse. You want to tell me that all these things happen the next 24 hours, the dislocated shoulder disappeared. No pain, nothing. You came from home to come and write an incident report. And after you wrote the incident report and the investigative team came, you could not avail yourself to give them the evidence you have. You have the authority to write incident report where you were not there, and you did not have the power to give that report and the evidence you have to the investigative committee. So what is your end game? The end game ni say they want to embarrass the minister. Sa condition of service na no mubusa na aban ni omotena aseka chom se mo pese mubu nurse fo no. There are some of them are nyansenim no eno na ye omo ya. And most importantly, they know said the minister is not a health professional. Omo nim say minister no onye doctor. And they don't want to agree. They don't want to admit that somebody who is not a doctor is the head of their sector. They have cooked this allegation and jandam just to embarrass the minister. That is all. All that you are hearing from this woman, that is the end game. A planned. Let me tell you, they want Tenkran to be the next president of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association. When you hear this woman talk on radio and TV, defending nurses, trying to tell yourself people are attacking nurses spiritually, and the Ghana Registered Nurses, this woman is a political nurse. I am not in that I will not bring myself that low to say anything negative about her. I want Ghana for to know, say, Mahami way, say, I want to likes our Ghana Health Service, we are done. This woman is a bloody liar. Or you're true for, obetu de nano ku yere. I'm telling you. Obetu de nano, eku yere wo hospital. Obetu di atro, ato yere so, ema yere a onyem, obewu ompem. We so a Christoni. We say otite young nurses. This is a woman wama the nursing job no. We need to sit up and re-look at it because there are a lot of incidents happen with hospitals. I swear to God, some of the nurses deliberately, some of them, but if you have such a liar, you a truthful say in our sector, health sector, then we are done. Because a patient who is in pain will not take their mother's word. A patient who is in pain will not take the husband's word. A patient in pain will take a doctor or a nurse's word. And you have a nurse like this who can deliberately lie or chatro, all because in her head, the minister and your doctor or new profession are the minister of health. In her head, the Ghana Nursing and Ghana Registered Nurses Association, Tinkrani and Adamfo, into Obegu a minister in Masi. All that this woman is doing is basically trying to redirect and the sacker. We need to sack Tinkrani from the Ghana Nurses or whatever association. She knows it. I am shocked. Atro. This woman is despicable. A time. These things you people need to stop. You are killing people. Emotionally and physically. You people are killing young people. Old people. You are dangerous to the society. Besides, it's even enough. It's fine. Dislocated arm, dislocated shoulder. It takes 3 to 6 weeks to heal. Let me show you. Yakasa obinsa ehwanya. CSR sha. It takes about 3 to 6 weeks to heal completely before you can even turn it 360. Dislocated shoulder, arm. So on say here, medically, it takes 3 to 6 weeks. And Sana, you can say you are fully healed. You are sitting on TV as a health professional, a mother, to tell Ghana for say a dislocated shoulder within 24 hours, that thing has disappeared. And here now call nursing school. How did you even get this far? Dislocated shoulder. Short answer, general timeline. For a standard uncomplicated dislocation without broken bones or major ligament tears, the general timeline is initial recovery. That is, if you are immobilized, 3 to 6 weeks in a sling or then what we call splint. So the share adium or betri a year. Now the share dukum ana I don't make it easy. A sling. Adium now I said dukum unsa tumuno. 3 to 6 weeks and san I then sa pain, you know. You want to tell me a nurse got dislocated shoulder in 24 hours? Are you a nurse? Now, when you go further, it says this: full recovery, return to normal activities, 2 to 4 months of physical therapy to regain full strength and range of motion. For you to move it fully, swing up and down, it takes almost what we call 4 months. So a bit this is when you don't have any broken bone. When the joint comes off. How? This is a nurse. Or tia sorry demo bompaye. Or TV su diatro. All because we want to embarrass the minister. Because condition of service to be abandoned to my nina. What say bimu nya papa. Inti apesi good animase. Adanya on your doctor. Yeped na pokwasi ampenyino. On my health minister. Nan kwasi afome bubu hospital tungu. These are the kinds of people we have. This woman is a professional liar. She's not a nurse. Now when we move forward, complete healing. Tissues fully strengthened. It takes 6 months to a year to fully say my betrino afedie problem no echo almost a year. In 24 hours, a senior nurse like you comes on national television to tell us to say you saw a nurse with a dislocated shoulder in less than 12 hours. The shoulder is back fit. Are you crazy? However, the most common dislocation, that's the shoulder, has a very high risk of re-dislocation, especially in younger active people, which can complicate this timeline. Into a young crampona, Ayana, you are even basically prone. You are likely to get another dislocation. So you're younger. Unya dislocation of the shoulder. Now say a healia. You are likely to get it because of how active some of the young people are. So you cannot tell me as a professional nurse, Ejina TV so shekambu. Ako shekambu anopatutu to abejina TV so. Ashe wana ijari ni. Abejina TV so. Wana ijari, whose kitchen is this? Washe, whose kitchen is this? Abejina TV so. A diatro. A beautiful woman like you. A mother, a wife, somebody who should be trusted, and you call yourself a Christian. Now, TV, so you are lying, all because you hate somebody. TV, so you are just lying. Why? What is it? Dear.
To them because this was an incident report.
Okay.
This was an eyewitness report. So I'm not supposed to say that was what it was.
Right.
Absolutely.
So whatever they said, I gathered it. I realized that right from the triage, they even managed They manage. When you look at the video very well, immediately he entered, there were two people, one in black, one gentleman trying to use the monitor on somebody. He went straight to the one in black. It was a pregnant woman. He went to slap the face. The HB we checked on Monday was 10. So assuming...
Who went to slap the face?
Just check the video.
Which video? Because the video that we have, we don't see any slap.
Thank you very much.
So you have seen a video?
Yes. So
where there's a slap?
Because there are two cameras straight at the triage. So we don't listen to everything for evidential purposes and for purposes of being very unbiased. We use what will educate us. Did the triage nurse do this? So, for example,
okay. So Sarah, no, let's understand this, right, Joshua?
Yes.
You have a video.
Yes.
Where there was a slap.
Yes.
By the
on
same
the face. Yes.
Ralph.
Yes.
Where have you seen that video? Because I haven't seen that video.
And the committee
did
too
you
seems
represent
to have
that
seen
video
this video.
I was not called into the committee.
But
the media has not
video,
gotten to me. Nobody has asked me
do
for
you
a
have
video.
the video?
I can show
Can
you.
I have it?
Yes, once I leave the set, I'll show it. I'll give it to the producer.
Can I get the
No. For these purposes,
no,
I would
Sarah,
give it to your producer,
no,
Sewa,
no.
because I would not be ambushed on this show. Because at this moment,
who's ambushing you? I'm trying to help.
No, what I'm trying to say is that we
Okay.
have had media. That's why this one I told Sewa that Sewa, for purposes of the respect you have accorded the Range Hospital emergency for the past 5 years, I'm coming. Okay. Otherwise, I'm not the one to talk about Range Hospital. I'm not Range Hospital. But for that purposes, I called my head of nursing last night to tell medical director, to tell CM. So I have done the need.
This is just despicable. It's too embarrassing. You are not Ridge Hospital. You are not to talk for Ridge Hospital. Then that PRO you are doing job, what is it about? See the way you are panting. And opatututu, you go for a walk. You didn't go for a walk. You are standing on national television panting. All because you are lying for somebody. Sa I was on TV suya. Okasa wakome tea oboti. You were supposed to go for a walk. Check your steps. Wash a kambu abegina TV so anopatutu. See the way you are panting. Uchatrewu. Na nurse ni we were hospital. Na sebio ye wia oba. Do you think this nurse will tell you the truth? So we yira kwada hospital na ye wia oba. Wako wo na ye wia the bar. Oh, you say Mahami way. She will come and tell you the hospital made a mistake. She is never going to do it. She still believes in her lies. Mami penya to be sorry no pasha kambu ko jina TV so. Ebo what ko jina TV so. E chatro. This is not good. A time send the to TV so. Wa sorry for show. Colleagues, younger colleagues show omo chechi wo fie. Ochombe hu no omo srew. You are going to have this strong face, but it's disgusting. You make the whole nursing thing look so bad. You see, Atro, there are so many nurses who are doing politics in Ghana, especially those at the higher level. They don't like the minister because minister no so on your doctor. And then doctor bit my nurse for you and I'll bet on my health sector and that is what is in their head. Now I can't know free him on the doctor, dear medical background no and then the teacher mind. What medical background no? Utumi catcher say dislocation of the shoulder no it me disappear in 12 hours then you have a problem. We need to check your certification. We need to look into how you got to where you are. And I'm telling the young nurses, if these are the kind of people you people are following and listening to, your career is dead. These are dangerous people in our health sector. And this one is just one. There are thousands of them out there. We have good nurses who are genuinely working for Ghana. But we have to be careful about these audacious. Because sa odeshi fo we no otwatro dije nkwa obetumi dia trust sa enkwa or a dangerous nurse. I have nothing against her personally. I have nothing against Ejuma Oye, but I want her to understand that she is a disgrace. She should bow her head in a closet, a water closet, a toilet closet, and flush it. Fauti esha water closet in the flush. You have disgraced yourself. You have disgraced your religion. You have disgraced your home. You have disgraced people who look up to you. You are an embodiment of disgrace. It is a pity people like you are seen as senior nurses in Ghana. It is a pity. Guys, Ochina Air Friday. When it's Friday, it's Mixed Bag Friday. I'm disappointed, and I know you're also disappointed. Let's watch some of these people. They are great, beautiful nurses, honest, patriotic nurses in Ghana, but they are more dangerous nurses like Sandra in the system. Let's be very watchful. Your call hospitals are. Let's weigh the kind of nurses we deal with. Miami way. Oh, you better mark onim onim. These are dangerous times. These are dangerous times. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers. God bless you. Have a wonderful night. Digim abwache. Good night.